new live streaming setup. I don't know if it's working. Yeah, I'm just testing it out right now. I have no clue if this is working. I don't know if sound is working. I don't know if the stream is happening. So I'm just gonna be doing some tests. And if this works, this might become a new like modality for how I do streaming. So I'm just giving it a test right now. Let me check on some stuff. So hopefully you can see. Actually, I don't even know what you can see. Can you see my screen? Do you see nothing? Who knows? So I'm going to try to do some debugging on my end. First off, I'm going to try by going to my Instagram account and seeing if it looks like I'm live streaming there. I actually can't tell. It's kind of a weird roundabout way that I'm streaming right now. So I'm just curious if that works. Or maybe, you know what, I'll log in through a different account and I'll test that out. So don't mind me if it's not working, I'm just doing some tests. So we're just going to go here and see if this is working. Okay, I don't see that I'm live there on Instagram. So I need to figure out what that's about. Let's see. Am I? Oh, and it looks like I am live on Instagram. Interesting. Oh, but I have to hit the go live button. Okay, so all right. So hello and welcome back to Creativity with Don Allen III live. I am testing out a new way of live streaming with different cameras, and I don't know if it's working. We're just going to figure it out. So I think it's working. What's the best way to do this? I guess I have a couple of options. I don't know what you're seeing on the screen yet, but I got a new little setup for doing more of my podcasts and more live streams. I also want to start like live streaming to like YouTube. So I don't even know if it's working on YouTube right now. It says I'm streaming, but where's the stream live? That is the question. Um, can you let me know? Can you see and hear me on Instagram right now? Let me type to you. Um, can you see and or hear me right now? Yeah, I'm just testing this out. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, he said yes. Okay, Jesse Bravo says yeah. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, okay, that's good that that works. Thank you. And then I guess maybe since the camera's so far out, maybe I should zoom in. See if I grab the camera here. Is that too far? I wish I could really see a live view of this. Let me see if I make a new Instagram tab and see if I can join the live stream as a viewer. Oh, you can. Okay, let me go to that. Oh, wow, it is working. Okay, cool. Now I can see the audio. Ah, this is great. Okay. Wonder if I can adjust where things are. Okay, this is great. I'm gonna mute my stop sharing. I'm gonna hide. It's gonna be a weird feedback loop. I'm just gonna mute. So I will hide. I'll mute that audio. Okay, cool. So that is working. Can you check your DM? Sometimes. Right now, I'm just trying to test out the live streaming feature. And so if I'm here in After Effects, can you see all this? Because I wanted to do like a tutorial, but I don't really know what the framing is of the screen yet. I can't believe this works. Can you see me moving the screen? Do you see like my cursor doing stuff? Do you see me zooming into things? Do you see any of this stuff? Any of the animations? Is this in your feed?
Find ownership. But can you actually
I wonder what audio you're hearing too. I'm trying to figure out a lot of
build an AI
stuff.
model without
Hmm. All right. So now that it looks like we are streaming to Instagram, I want to see if this new tool that I'm using lets me simultaneously stream to YouTube. So I'm going to check on another screen if I'm able to do that. I don't know. So I'm just going to explore real quick. So sorry for the kind of aimless live stream. These are periodic tests that I do to make sure that my broadcasting software is working and when I want to do a tutorial or something. So I'm going to check my YouTube right now and see if I'm live there. So go to your channel, view your channel here on YouTube. Oh, wow, it says I'm live. It says, welcome to our live show. Thanks for joining our exclusive live broadcast. Feel free to share your questions and interact with other participants in the chat. Wow! So I can stream simultaneously to YouTube. Oh my god, this is a revolutionary new tool for me. Wow! Oh my god. I'll mute myself there. Okay, this is great. So it looks like I'm able to stream onto YouTube Live, and I'm streaming live to Instagram, at the same time. I've never tried that before. ABC says, "I need your help with an issue I'm having on Instagram. I'd really appreciate could check the message." I am not Instagram support. If you have an issue with Instagram, you wanna message that to the Instagram support team. Instagram is a client, but I am not Instagram support. Um, but I appreciate reaching out. But yeah, just spam them with the request, and give them screenshots and context of whatever error you're feeling and experiencing and seeing on your end. Relentlessly show them the issue, and then I think eventually one of the project managers might get to it, but we'll see. Okay, so it looks like it is streaming. Wow, I'm streaming live onto YouTube, and I'm streaming live to Instagram. So that is already very different for me. I love that that works. I'm surprised that that works. Oh, interesting. But the feed down here looks like the camera feed is gone. Let me see. What is this? How many subs do you have? I don't know, and that's not how I track things. Probably not a lot. What I try to do is I try to make content that appeals not to the mass audience, but just to the small group of folks that are trying to be future proof and are actually down to do the work to get there. Um, so yeah, okay. So it looks like that's working on. Let me see what happens if I adjust the size of the screen. So if I go full screen on here, I wonder if that looks. I wonder if I can verify because I'm trying to stream. I'm streaming to one platform that's vertical, and then another platform that's more horizontal. And um, let me refresh the page here. Oh, I have to hit play button. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. I can't verify if I am still streaming. Oh, I see my mouse. Interesting. Only in this full screen mode. Okay. How can I maximize the viewer experience? Let's go to my tool. I can click some buttons. Says pop out, full screen view. Let me see if there's any layout options. Brand. Oh, there's a brand option. Let me add the background back into here. That would be great if I can add my brand stuff. Edge color, logos. Okay, text layout. There's the layout button. Let's do fit, picture in picture. I don't know what that's going to do to the live stream. We're just testing it out. I don't know. Hopefully it's something cool. Let me see if I can see the live stream from the phone. Oh, it looks like the phone died. Oh no, we got a little bit of battery left. Let me go to live stream. A new way of live streaming. Hopefully it's something cool. Okay, so this is picture in picture. That one's not bad. If I can see the live stream from the phone. Oh, it looks like the phone died. Oh no, we got a little bit of battery. Oh, this is great. Wow. So this works. I'm just doing some tests right now for folks that are trickling in. I know it's like 1 a.m., but this is the right time to do tests. I find, it's like only the real ones are here, and I can experiment with stuff. I need to work on some motion graphics for my podcast Sting, like the opener thing. And I wanted to see if I could stream this way. It looks like I can. So that's picture in picture. Let me see what happened is speaker in full screen. If I click that as the option, what does that do? Okay, I don't see any change. How about speaker split screen? Okay, so that's probably what I had before. Let me see what that did to the YouTube page. Interesting, picture in picture. I wish I could control a bit more of where that picture lives. Can I move this? Nope. Can I? Is there a layout control? There's a fill screen. What's fill main in speaker full view? Nope. Picture in picture or speaker split screen. I guess I'll try speaker split screen. That seems good. Okay, and then we got interregular. That's brand format. Oh, there's a chat field. What? There's a people field too. Okay, so and there's a media field. Okay, so I can add sound effects. Tell me if you hear this. Do you hear that? I don't know how to stop it. Oh no, I can't stop the clapping. Have me try drum roll. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's funny. So you have like you have it's gonna be a real hoot. Oh, you can't hear any of that? All right, sorry. Cool. So live streaming looks like it's working here on the different devices. I just tested the live stream. I'm simultaneously live streaming to Instagram and YouTube, which is so cool that that works. Moderation helps everyone feel safe. To build a positive chat experience for you and your viewers, choose who can participate, set a delay between messages, hide or put timeouts. Oh, interesting energy over there. Okay, I'll hit close on that thing. Um, Trying to figure out if there's a way that I can move my picture in picture view around. Well, anywho, let's just get to work. So I use this tool called 11 Labs to make an animation. Sorry, to make some audio. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull up that 11 Labs audio. And this sound is what I would like to use for an animation-y thingy. And I have a logo, so we got to pull that up, and we're just going to do a basic animation. They're called like a stinger, like right now I'm not sharing the whole screen. I'm only sharing one application because I'm testing this all out. But eventually, I might have it so I can share a couple applications. So let me go to the animation here. So I'm working on this animation. Let me know if you can hear any of this.
AI is changing how we work, how we create, and how we define ownership. But can you actually build an AI model without stealing? Most models are trained by scraping massive data sets.
So this is an animation I'm working on. Were you able to hear all of that? Let me just take a listen. If I unmute one of these screens, was any of that audio playing? Yeah, it looks like the audio plays. Okay, this is great. Wow, I actually might be able to really use this tool to stream. Hello, Alex Suvo 10K. Welcome to the stream. I'm just exploring some new tools, some new pipelines, just seeing what is possible. And yeah, this looks like it's working. Okay, he says, yeah, the audio is good. Okay, sweet. Dwayne 0.0126. Thank you, saying the audio is great. Or sorry, audio is good. Yeah, the audio is good. The audio is good. Welcome, Nicola. Welcome, DJ Zero. Welcome to the stream. We got wow. Okay. Cool. Now that I know that this technology is working, the screen sharing is working, the video is working, the sound is working. That's kind of what I mostly wanted to see. And since that's all working out so nice, I can go into the next stage of the process, which is kind of show you what the goal is. So I have this podcast artwork. I'm going to go ahead and import it into the scene in After Effects. I just do Command I, and then I will go ahead and grab the Rethink Reality podcast stuff. Give me one moment to find that. Rethink Reality. Where are they? Rethink Reality podcast. And then not sound bites, not episodes. Where's the artwork? I'm just looking for the artwork that I have for the thing. I don't see it. Let me try documents. Maybe it's in the 2020. Oh, there it is. Rethink Reality. Okay, podcast art. And so then I'm going to import this in. I'll show you what the kind of what I'm thinking.
Welcome to
Nope, not that one. Where's the new artwork? That's the old artwork. I need the new stuff. Oh, there it is. Podcast brand. Oh, no, it's my old podcast brand. I changed the artwork recently. Let's see what we got. Where did I put the artwork? Not in the TED thing. Not in future proofs. Speaker highlights, podcast art. I would have. It's not like me to be this disorganized with my files. Where is my podcast artwork? Let's see. I might have to look on the internet for this, which is funny. Let's go. So let me see if I can find that. And I'm just going to get to work. What am I looking for? Podcast. Rethink Reality podcast. I don't know how I'm missing the artwork. Just made this the other day. And I'll go to images, see if it's already indexed on Google. Looks like it has all of my old Rethink Reality branding. Let me go to Spotify. I think that one has a new one. Spotify. Wow, even those have the old one. Maybe it is not indexed yet. Let me try going over here. Yeah, it's my old podcast. Rethink Reality podcast. I'll just search it manually. Rethink Reality. And I don't know if you're able to see anything on the screen right now, or if it's still just like sharing. All those question marks on the screen is how I'm feeling. Song, playlist, albums, podcast. Let's look for podcast. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I found the artwork. Whew. I was getting worried for a second. I was like, where did the artwork go? And then how do I view the artwork in a large version? Nope, that's not it. Where did I put the podcast artwork? I'm just going to look manually through my phone real quick. Or I think the new semantic search can probably spell. So I'll look up search. No, it doesn't do it. Okay, how about if I look up poster, because it kind of looks like a poster artwork. Poster. Oh, that worked. I found it. Okay, so I'm just going to airdrop it, and then I'll bring it in After Effects, and then we can actually get to work. Okay, cool. Sorry. Normally I'd have all this stuff all set up, but I wanted to test the streaming capabilities first. And we can always, improve things later, fix our mistakes. All right, so I'm going to bring in this. Oops. Whoa, my screen's going all crazy. Where did it go? All right, so I'm going to bring this into Adobe After Effects, and I'm going to make a new composition from selection. All right, so this is the artwork for my podcast. And what I want to do is create like an animation stinger that kind of represents the brand when I'm like, when I need to do a quick sound bite. So I used 11 Labs to kind of create an audio sting. And I'm going to first find those. So it's under the sound effects generator. You can essentially describe the sound that you want, and then 11 Labs can now generate that sound. So I got this really cool sound. That's one of them. Another one. I could. That's kind of cool. Oh, that one's really bright. I like the happy tone on that one. Let me try using that one first. So I'm going to go ahead and download that sound bite. And then we're going to bring that sound bite into Adobe After Effects. I'm just going to bring in all the sounds and just bring that right into the Rethink Reality section. And then I like to color code things in After Effects. So I'm going to set these to maybe a purple. Cool. And so what I'm first going to do, is navigate to the Rethink Reality thing. There it is. And I'm going to place the sound in there and just kind of hear what each of these sounds sound like and see which ones feel the best like a brand, like the, whoa, why is the mouse doing some really weird stuff? I'm going to turn off this. Whoa, you see that? The mouse is doing this weird clicking thing. All right, I'm just going to grab all these sounds and bring them into the timeline. And then we'll right click and do the, what is it called? A keyframe assistant sequence layers and hit enter. It kind of just spaces them all out across time. And now we're going to go ahead and play some of those sounds and see what we're getting. Okay. That was another version. Might be a little long for a sting. I like that one. That sounds like it could make a really cool animation. Let's try another one. That audio is too long, so I'm just going to trim it right there. Let's listen to the next one. Oh, it's a copy of the first one. All right, so we really have these three sounds. Which of these three do you think sounds the most like my brand? You know, because that's kind of what I'm thinking. In the podcast, I really want to invite guests that, you know, challenge the norms of reality and, you know, weave that into their everyday. And that's kind of like the people that I'm going to have on the show and whatnot. So I figure it would be kind of cool to have a sound that emulates that feeling of like something kind of brand new, rethinking the world. So let me try this one. I mean, that one's pretty cool too. How many seconds is that if I place it here? And I'm going to mute the first layer and then just take a look. I'm just also going to move the microphone a little bit out of the way so I can see the screen a little bit better. Over here, there we go. Looks a little bit easier to see. Great. All right, so that first one is 1 second, 2 second, 3, 4, 5. So that would be a 5-second sting. All right, and then here's the one that's about 2 seconds long. I like how simple that one is. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sounds like E. I wonder what that sound is. I'm going to play it on the piano real quick just to see what notes they are. So it looks like that note is F. Wait, C. Okay, got it. That's actually a really sweet chord. I'm gonna keep it. Let's see. Okay, let's work with that. So if we have these 3 beats, what I like to do is look at the waveform. So I do LL to see the waveform down in the timeline. And you can really see if I zoom in here, the 3 like beats really become where we want to see animations. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, really 4 beats. And if the podcast is called Rethink Reality, maybe it'll be like Rethink Reality. So maybe I'll do Rethink Reality will kind of be the animation that comes in with those 3 beats. So it'll be like Rethink Reality. Rethink Reality. Yeah, so it'll be like re will be this first note, think will be this, and then reality. I don't know where should reality start, on the 3rd or the 4th note. Let me try it. I'll probably do it on the 4th note. Yeah, because that one spaces out, and then I'll just do like a kind of spacer. Okay, cool. I know what I want to do now for the animation. What I'm now going to do is take my podcast artwork and not shrink it, but just lower the opacity so I'm not like thinking about it too much. And with that podcast artwork kind of like out of sight, out of mind, let's set this to fit the screen. That way when I adjust the canvas, it kind of moves with it. And what we're going to do now is we want to find like the beats, right? And we found them. So what I'm going to do is place text in for the times that they need to come in. So the first one is the RE. It's weird. I don't see any text appearing in there. So let's see what font that was. Oh, there it is. Oh, we actually got the font. The font is, actually, that is not the same font. Well, shoot, I forgot what font I used for the, when I made this last week, but we'll just we'll work it out. There we go. So let's just move this guy over here. So I don't know what font that is, but let's just kind of explore until we find one that looks similar, going through the fonts. Going through, looking for the right font. I got distracted. I don't remember what font that was. Is there any typography people that know the font? Oh, wait. Whoa, there it is. Okay, so the font is called... Oh, wait, that's not it. It has the same... I was looking at the inner R shape, but that isn't the full shape. We need some other stuff going on here. So let's just... The search continues. I'm just focusing on that R for now, and I'm waiting to see when the inner part of that R matches. It's like I'm doing like a AI vision test, looking for the right note to match the right shape. And there, it's close. It's so weird how close that is, but that's not. The E looks correct, and part of the R is correct, but you see that lower part of the R has that curvature that we don't have in the brand. That's it. I found it. Okay, so this font, yeah, that's definitely it. I don't know what font this is, but it's called Alfarm. All right, so we got the Alfarm font. So first thing I'm gonna do is place that here and roughly get it to the same shape, right, of the podcast artwork. Great. I'm gonna duplicate this layer, and this one will be for the think word, THINK. Let's make the text box a little bit bigger, and let's space this out even further. And this time we're going to bring back the opacity just for a moment, just so we can pull that color of that bright yellow that's for my branded podcast. So let's grab that yellow color, please. Right there should do. Hit OK. And then we'll go back to the podcast artwork and lower the opacity. So it's, again, out of sight, out of mind. Great. So we got our re and we got our think. Oh, I accidentally deleted the re for the thing. So I should have duplicated the layer. And I'll make this one re, select it, and then set this to white. Great. And then we'll go back here and slide this over there. Okay. This process is called motion graphics. So what I'm going to do is time out the animation. The re comes in on that first note. The think comes out in that second. So we get this. Oh, I did the wrong order. Let's switch it around. The re should be first and like that. Here we go. There's kind of 2 beats on that. Let me see if we can zoom in further on that key moment. I guess that is the closest. Doom, doom, doo, doo. Maybe it will be like 1, 2, and then maybe on that third note, I scale up the word think. So let's go to the scale tool. I'm also going to move the anchor point of that font to be right at the center. There it is. And then we go to scale, and we just scale it up. It'll be kind of a fast pop, like boom, boom. And we'll go ahead and scale it up. And what's cool is we aren't going to be constrained to a square, but it is helpful to have that square in there as a guide. It looks like I kind of stretched this out in a weird way. So I'm just going to try to match the stretch that I did before. Looks like I kind of taper that in a little bit there and slide it to the side and then taper a little bit more to the right. There we go. So now we got the rethink. There we go. So rethink. And then we get the word reality. All right, so let's go ahead and type that in. Add the text box, type in the word reality, R-E-A-L-I-T-Y, reality. And then I wanted a thin font for this. So I'm going to set this to, oh, I guess we're going to have to play that finding game. I don't know what font I used for the word reality, so I'm just going to have to eyeball it here. That looks pretty close. Really? Was it just that one? Okay, I think I found it. That was nice. We're going to first start off with just the white version of that font. I'm going to enlarge this. Yep. And yep. And let's see what we got going on here. Great. And let's just start by bringing it in at the right time and just seeing how that feels. All right, so that's the most basic version of motion graphics. It's just making stuff appear in the time that you want. I'm going to hide my podcast artwork so I'm not influenced by it for a moment. So turn off that layer, and let's just play this looping animation a couple of times and see how this feels. I'll give it the full rest. So let's go to the very end of that animation again, play it down. Hello, Dopa Drew. Good to see you again. Yeah, I just feel like a night owl right now, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of short and sweet. Let's just do, I want to do some effects on it. So on the reality part, I think we should do some cool effect where it like shifts or something. And I don't want these to just appear. I want them to scale in. So we'll go ahead and, oh, it looks like my light just turned off. Give me one moment. Okay. All right. So now what we do, we go here. Okay. So for the I'm going to move this guy here, holding Option. Oops. So it snaps. Then we go to the Scale tool. There it is. And then we go to the scale it needs to be. And the scale it was before. I guess that's almost the same as appearing. I guess I'll just make it happen over a longer time. Great. And then for this one, yeah, I guess it was at scale 0. Yeah, we can do that. We can do it over 1 frame. So I'm just going to scale this down to nothing, like 0. Great. And let's see what that looks like. Great. And so for the reality part, I'm going to do a trick called kerning. We're going to animate the kern. I think it's called kern or horizontal scale. No. Whatever the kerning thing is. I forgot the name of it. I thought it was called kerning. Is it not called kerning? What's the new name? Position, scale, rotation. Oops. There you go. Kerning. Oh yeah, it's scale. I don't want to do that. I wanted to adjust the kern value. Huh. Oh, there it is. That's the kern value. Yeah. So I want it to start in and then push out, because it will look really cool with the effect I have in mind. So let's go to the kerning amount of the text. Go to more options, path options, transform. I don't see an animatable set for the kerning, so we might have to try something else. Skew, rotation, tracking, line spacing, character offset, character value, all transform properties. Let me try that one. No, not transform properties. This is character offset, character value. Let's see what that one is. Nah, these aren't it. Let's try that. Okay. Good so far. I guess I can move stuff manually, but I thought it would be kind of cool to have a little slider there. If we set this to align by character, and then go to animate the scale. Oh, sorry, line spacing. That's what I want to do. No, wrong one. Range selector, start, end. Oh, that's for the whole line. I guess is it tracking? What's the tool? Tracking amount? There it is. The tracking is what I want to animate. Okay, cool. I had the wrong term. So I'm going to start with the tracking set to whatever is very low and overlapping. something like this. And then over time, we space it out and kind of get that room. So it looks something like this. That came out too slow. Again, we have to have that motion really pop at the hit of that motion, which is right there. And it currently doesn't align with that. So let's go a frame earlier and get this happening sooner. All right, now let's add some good old motion applications there. Let's take a look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, and then just for starting, let's kind of just put a little bit tracking there. Seems like they're all coming in a little too slow, so I'm gonna set them all back one frame. Great. That looks good for a rough. Now what? We want to add stuff. So let me bring back my reference. And I guess we could bring in the artwork. So I'm going to set the artwork to 100% opacity. And what we're going to do is set this as the, maybe like a filter on top of this. So we'll first put it on front. Let's try this to overlay. Okay, let's try lighten. Okay, let's try darken. Interesting. Okay, it doesn't really do anything because they're already aligned. Okay, looks pretty good. All right, so we have that little animation. Pretty tame. What I'm going to do here is offset this a little bit by a frame. And on this version, we're going to change some settings. One of the settings is called the channel modifier. So go to channel, shift channel, channel combinator, channel, set shift channels. Let's shift the channel here. And now let's go to the red channel. Or what am I talking about? I could just type it in, or you could just have the color here that you would like for the asset. I might pull from the reference here. All right, so there's that bright green color in there somewhere. So let's go ahead and grab that. And there's a nice like purplish blue. So let's grab that really blue color and change the transfer mode from multiply to just regular normal additive. We'll hide that reference. That does not look blue at all. Okay, and then let's grab that blue color. Oh, weird, it is blue. Gonna hop off the apps and rest of the brain. Take care, Don. All right, I should probably do the same. Have a good night. Thanks for just stopping by, and I'm happy the live stream is working. It's the first time I've streamed to YouTube and Instagram at the same time with ease. Normally it's a pain to do that, but it's cool that this is just working right now. I'll go to bed shortly. All right, let's see how that is. cool. Lastly, I'm going to add some effects on all of this. I'll make a vertical video. So let's just set this to 19. Man, can't think anymore. It's so sleepy. 1920? No. 1080, and then make this 1920. Yeah, and then we'll need to scale all this down. So let's grab these three, and I'm going to set these all to a null object. The null object lets you kind of capture spatial references, and you could then scale their parent, and they all kind of scale together. We want to do this because I'm going to use this like for my vertical video stuff. Oh, that looks perfect. Yes. Oops. Yes. All right, and then I made a capture version of me or something. I don't even know what you call it. Not a capture version. It's whatever that format is that is like ASCII. There's a tool that can turn you into ASCII format. It's a really cool effect. I recommend you try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and find my ASCII format version. There it is. Oh, it's an After Effects file. Dang, I need the ASCII file without the After Effects file. Portraits, Rethink Reality podcast. Let me try this one. What is this? Oh, that was a speaker test. Portraits. There it is. Okay, grab both of these, import. All right, so this first thing is where is it? Where's the pizza? Okay, there it is. So this is the ASCII version of me. And so I would like to use this. So first I'm going to invert this so it's like black and white and swap the pixels. So go to the effects and presets. I'm going to search for the invert, which will invert the value of black and white and set it to the negative. Oh, that doesn't look good. Nope, I won't do that. Can I go to a filter and just do an overlay? Oh, no, that doesn't blend it. How about we do a darken? Nope. How about we try a lighten? Nope. It's too much. Maybe we do need to invert it. Let me see. Let's set this to invert. That looks spooky. I don't like it. That's not how I am. It's not the brand. Rethink reality. What else could we do? Reality. Okay. I made this really cool sine wave generator in Claude. And I could use that. I could use that right about now. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it easily. Hello, Logan. Welcome. Yeah, it is pretty late. I know it's like 2 a.m. I just got carried away because I got a different camera to start doing recordings and stuff. And I wanted to try out the equipment and see what it looks and sounds like and feels like. And I need to do this animation anyway. It was on my to-do list. I haven't gotten to it yet. Okay. Gotta wake up. What was I looking up? Rethink reality. I'm looking at Claude. Thank you. Claude. Ooh. Browse a gallery and customize. Get inspired, customize, and build your own games and tools and templates. Create your own AI-powered artifacts. Give your creations the ability to use Claude API from within the artifact itself, available in the Oh, wow. That's a new feature in Claude. Okay. I just want to go explore my artifacts that I've built and published. There we go. All right. So this is a tool. Wonder, can I share my screen? Can I share a separate screen? me see, can I do that? I would like to share another screen now. So let me go to this thing, go to share, and I'll go to share screen, and I'll go to window. Can I share my plugin tool that I made? I don't know if you'll see this. Can you see this when I share this on the screen? Do you see all of Claude for me or just the artifact? Do you see this? Okay. Okay, so I made this artifact, this tool. So I actually made this tool from scratch, and it's really cool. You can make these really cool sine waves, and I think I published it, but I'm gonna go ahead and copy the, or no, let me copy the publish link, and then I'll paste this as a new link so it can go full screen. Oh, but then you won't be able to see it, huh? Okay, cool. All right, let me go refix the sharing of the screen. Just want to make it real cool and test this out. All right, so then how do I share? I don't know how to share my screen correctly. Oh, there we go. Share something else. That's cool. Oh, there we go. And then go to Window, Isometric View, Share. Okay, can you see that okay on Instagram right now? Is that appearing? Where is my tool? I lost the tool on my screen, but you can see it on your screen, right? I don't know why it's not moving though. Okay, can you see that? So I built this tool with Claude Code, and I described the app that I wanted and all the features in it. And I built this like really fun sine wave generator. You can play with the rotation of things. You can turn on the ribbons or turn them off. You can play with anything like the colors, the line width, and then like the colors, the turbulence. You can play with the turbulence if you add a little bit of noise. It's really neat. And I built the whole thing by kind of describing the app that I wanted to build. And yes, you can make a lot of pretty complex looking patterns. And what's cool is I set this isometric view thing. So you can view it from different sides. So I can go to like a top view, I can go to a front view, I can go to a grid view. And from these views, I can also rotate it while it's in that perspective. We also have the ability to zoom in and out of that grid, which makes for a pretty cool effect. And I might turn back on the ribbon. Actually, no, keep the ribbon off. Depth effect, I will keep the depth effect. I kind of like it with both, but I'll keep it on. And then what I'm going to do is just screen record this and then turn that into an asset that I bring into After Effects. That's kind of, because I don't really know too much about Claude Code, but I do know how to turn these into assets. So I'm going to bring up my screen recording software and just go right into here. And I'm just going to record my screen. Okay, and then we'll hit record. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, I stopped that recording. And then I'll go back to sharing the After Effects screen. So I'll go to screen share, window, window, and then we'll go to the Adobe After Effects interface. Weird, I don't see it as an option anymore. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Audition. Where did After Effects go? Did we break it? Can you see my screen still? I don't know where we're at. Let me try this again. Let me go to share, screen. window, and then we'll choose. It's weird. I don't see After Effects as an option. To share audio, share a tab instead. I don't get it. Entire screen. I don't want to do that. I just want to share the single app that I have you on. Let me detach this. Okay, and then bring you down here. Go to share, screen, window, After Effects. Okay, so let me know if you can see the After Effects now. Hopefully that one is in effect, like visible. It should be, but I'm new to this is a different format for me to be streaming in. Okay. Cool. So with that screen recording, I'm just going to go to import it and just pull it right from my downloads. And there's the thing. 3, 2, 1. And we'll go ahead and import that in here. And I will drag this in as an asset inside of Adobe After Effects. Then I will go to the beginning here. I'm going to mute that audio. I'm also going to go to the mode and set it to lighten. Or maybe I'll set it to screen. And now, there we go. Now I have that cool little animation. And we just want to make sure that that color is aligned brand-wise to some of the other stuff. Should I go like right here? I'm trying to think, what is should this be like the screen below, this little accent? But what's so cool is like, I love mixing and matching tools, and you can just make anything these days. There's no, there's not a hard upper limit on what we all can create with these tools today, which is like what I really love. Okay, I just want to make sure that we're still streaming. I can't see the stream feed anymore. Yeah, hopefully it's working. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we are streaming still. We're good. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, so we got this here. I'll call these Rethink Reality clips because I might not use this for like the main animation, but I might use this for like just the little clips that I might do. Also, let's explore stretching this out. Oh, that's actually kind of cool if we flipped it upside down. Let me see what that looks like. The audio is doing something weird. What if we mirrored this? If we had one up top, one on the bottom, flipped them, mirrored them, place this one above on the upper third of the video, and then see what this looks like. That's actually pretty cool. Let me see if I offset them spatially. And maybe I should offset them also in time so that they are genuinely a different waveform. Let's try that. No, that seems a little distracting. If I'm looking at this as a vertical video, it's too much going on. All right, I take it back. Get rid of one of them. Stick with just one element. And then the color needs to be adjusted for the brand guidelines, which are just my guidelines. You know, it's one thing that's nice when you're working for your own brand sometimes is you can just be like, nah. Where is the brand guideline? Okay, there's the photos. All right, so this is the official like podcast artwork, and I kind of needed to touch upon that a little bit. So the main thing is, I think those lines should be white to be more aligned with the kind of the outlines, and then I think we should add chromatic aberration onto those lines to give it a kind of retro-y feel. And that might be kind of cool. So let's do that. First thing I'm gonna do to remove the color is go to a HSL filter, which stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. And when we add a hue, saturation, and lightness filter onto your footage, you create, oh, wait, I don't see HSL. Let me try it again. After Effects is this new search button they added that I don't really like. Maybe I'll type in hue, H-U-E-E, hue and saturation. Okay, so let's just drag it here. And I'm just going to reduce the saturation to 0. And that turns all those green pixels into that kind of white glow. Cool. Now that we have that going for us, the next thing I want to add into the scene is some chromatic aberration. So what is that? So what it is kind of like there's lots of ways to do it, but what I'm going to do is make an adjustment layer in After Effects so that it kind of applies to everything beneath it. And I'm going to be a little lazy and use an effect and preset that I already have. So let's create a new solid. It's kind of like a placeholder. And then we'll go to the effect, Red Giant, and I'll go to Red Giant Glow. Or you know what? Maybe I don't need to do this there on a solid. Maybe I'll do it on a composition of everything. So I probably don't need to do it there. Let's go to Effects, Red Giant. Let's set this to Red Giant Effects, Chromatic Displacement. Oh, that looks really bad. Let's go to the Studio tool and figure out a better layout. Might take a beat here. Should be able to see this. Great. Let's go to Effects. Looking for some good chromatic aberration. Okay, this one has some pretty good chromatic aberrations. I'll go ahead and apply this effect. Oh, I have to download it. Interesting. Whoa. Whoa. It's like processing all that. Whoa, that's cool. Huh. Glassy overlay placeholder. Can I just remove that? What is this? Click here to import and drag and drop to replace. Oh. So maybe I can just load in this footage as the thing to displace. There we go. And that gives us a really cool effect. And then I might need to adjust some stuff. So I have the focus width. Oh, I see. So it applies to everything back there. Okay. Great. Let's see what this thing does. Did I break it?
4, 3.
It looks like we broke it. Let's try a different effect. Oh, that looks broken as well. Let's get rid of that. All right, so now if we have that kind of thing working out, it's just not enough color. I like to have a lot more color in the brand. I guess I can do chromatic aberration the old-fashioned way. They have a tool for it. I just wanted to use a new thing. So let's do chromatic aberration. I'll apply it to the kind of the screen mirroring. There it is. Actually, that's perfect. That looks very much like the brand already. And then we can adjust the horizontal view as well as the other view and the master saturation, the master lightness. Oh, I went too bright. Point of interest, what is that? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, for point of interest for each one. You could do one for red separately for the point of interest for green. Okay, let's try that. And then a point of distance for blue. Looks like that's still affecting the red. All right, let's try that. Great. Last thing I need to do is add my logo. So I'll go to the libraries here inside of After Effects. and do that. So let's just go to libraries, Don Allen III brand, and looking for the black and white version of the logo. I think that's the one. Let's go ahead and place that in there. Great. Is that centered? Doesn't look and feel centered. Maybe I'll fade this one in. So start with the 0 opacity and then slowly move our way up. And just fade on in. Great. Looking good so far. I might want to move the displacement thing up. Let's see what that looks like. If it was more like a textural piece, or if it's more central now. Let's try that one. I also want to offset the timing of when this happens. So there might be a cooler crescendo in that wave form. That might be a cool one right there. Let's try that one. That looks pretty cool. I'm going to get rid of my proportional grids. They're kind of bugging me. Okay, cool. So now we have a nice like animation intro that we'll use for different clips. So I was thinking of doing Rethink Reality like clips as like a brand. Only thing that's missing is the brand that I use is kind of like a gray background. So it's not a perfectly black background that I use for like my podcast aesthetic. So I might want to add that gray background. So let's go ahead and do new, solid, and we're going to just do this kind of, it's almost black. It's just like a really dark gray. Might even be darker than that now that I think about it. And we just kind of place that behind. It makes it a little bit more muted. What is this thing? Oh, that's the rest of the video. Interesting. Should I make this thinner like that? Or should I rotate this thing all together to this direction and then just spin it up like that? Is that super hard to read now? Is that too distracting to have it twisted that way? Yeah, it's a little distracting. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna maybe squash it a little bit. It's interesting trying to find a good place for this particular asset. I want to use it. I mean, I made it with Claude, and I thought it looked kind of cool. But I'm wondering if how cool would it be if it actually had like a rippling effect on the stuff underneath it? Like if it pushed. Maybe go a little bit wider. Or should I make the text bigger? So many questions. So little answers in the middle of the night. Yeah, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Let's try that out. I'll make my logo a little bit smaller. Do you think I should just say Rethink Reality clips and make that, like I play these before I do clips of my podcast? Okay, let's see. And that's only 2 seconds long, right? That's pretty quick. Cool. I can probably get away with a little bit wider wider spread of this, and maybe even doing a scale function on it. So let's do a little scale. We'll start with the scale 0, 0, and then we'll get to the proper size around here. Great, and let's set that to 0. I don't know if I liked that. Let me try this. No, take it back. Let's go to these clips here. Can you sing lighting? Can you sing lighting? I don't know what that means. Can you sing lighting? Maybe if I knew what that was. That's news to me. Oops, I hit the default button. Whoa, where are we going? Oh, I normally don't click those tabs. This is Sleepy Dawn. What is the? Oh, let's go to standard. There we go. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. Let me just find one more beat on this little animation. Maybe when the text comes in, I can make the lines back there have like a bokeh, go out of focus kind of like appearance. Maybe. Let me try it. Yeah, maybe. I'll try it here. So we have the text there. We got the background. Is it gray enough? Yeah. Yeah, right. Maybe when the word thing comes, we should do a blur focus on the background lines, which are these. No, that's not it. Which are these. Yeah, let's set this behind everything. Cool. And now we'll go to our blur functions. We'll go to Essential Graphics. And then we'll go to bokeh, B-O-K, bokeh transition. Let me see what this looks like. How does it know when the transition starts? Oh, I see it's over here. Mix 50%. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, that's a cool effect. I can have it kind of drag those lines across the screen. Blur amount is set to 300. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I was just looking for the blur amount. So I'll just blur that up, and then they have a blur angle. Doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. There's a highlight boost. I'll turn that down, and there's a bokeh ratio. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll turn up the blur amount, and then instead of using circle, let's try a hexagon. Doesn't look like it's that different. All right, whatever. Let's go ahead and set a keyframe that starts at 0 degrees, blur amount, and then as the text comes in, we want to blur that background kind of out of existence. And let's take a look. Maybe I'll have the blur happen a little bit slower. That's kind of cool. So then that, that lines kind of dissipate. I might do a little bit more gradual movement on them. Maybe it starts off with straight lines. And then maybe the gray is too strong. Let's turn down the gray to make it a bit blacker. Maybe that's too much. Let's try that. I love it. All right, next we're going to add a little VHS effect on top of everything. So I'm going to make a new adjustment layer on top of everything. And then on this adjustment layer, we're going to add some VHS. whatever that is, aesthetic. So forgot where I put that. It's under RGB effects. No. Stylize. There's literally one called VHS. Universe glow. No, universe motion graphics, heads up display, array, logo motion, stylize, analog, halftone. Ooh, let me see what a halftone dither looks like. Oh, that's dope. But maybe it's a little excessive. Yeah, it's a little excessive. Pixel scale, X, Y. Oh, whoa, you can like scale these up. Whoa, that might be cool. What if it like blurs into like like whatever that is. I screwed it up. Let me break that back down. Okay, what if we just scale up the one here? Maybe not the ending. Did their size. Oh, wow. It turns it into RGB pixels. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, you can change the scale of the pixels. Wait, I should have used this tool earlier. This would have been a major time saver. That's under monitor. There's LEDs and there's printers. Let's try LEDs. And then we'll go to the did their size. And so maybe it starts off low and then, I mean, we already have the bokeh going on. Let me see what this looks like. Nah, not that one. I was just going to do a VHS effect. So let's go back to that initial idea. Still haven't seen it. We have real lens flares, reflection, shadow, simulation. We have shatter, starburst, particle system 2. No, let's do fisheye lens, universe transitions, universe stylize. Where's the other is VHS right at the bottom. Oh, that's cool. It's a little too old school though. Might need to remove some of the gray back there and set it a little bit darker blacks. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, it's rendering it out. I don't know if the VHS actually makes sense. Let's turn off tape damage. I don't know why it's blinking. What's this enable text thing? Enable color controls. Oh, wow. All right, so under color controls, you can play with the black level, the saturation, luminance blur. Oh, that's cool. It's a luminance blur. And there's a chroma blur. And then they have a sharpen radius. That's cool. And they have a sharpen mix. Okay, let's try that. Cool. I like that a lot. It makes me not want to blur the background as much. So I'm going to reduce the amount of bokeh by a lot, just so it just softly stays the same. I like this. Cool. Let's say we're done. And I'll make it even shorter. It'll make it like a second and a half. All right, so we got our little animation. information. Let me see. That's it. Trim comp. All right. So then I can use this little clip when I have podcast clips and stuff. That's the Rethink Reality. I'll go ahead and save that. And I will export this clip. And we can use that now for motion graphics elements. Cool. All right. Well, it's gotten pretty late, friends, and I think that's about a wrap for me for tonight. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you learned some stuff. I was mostly just trying to test out the live streaming feature and just see what it's like. So I'm gonna play some of this back and see what we got. I'm really curious how it came out because yeah. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna end the live stream, and I don't know if it's recording or not. Yeah, I don't know where this lives afterwards, so we'll have to figure it out together. Have a creative and productive day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for being here. And I got to figure out how to end the stream. Maybe it's this button over here. Okay, so there's a live button here. Let me just double check that I'm still streaming on to YouTube. How do I check this? I make a new tab, go to YouTube, and I go to my channel, and then I double check. And it looks like I am live streaming still. Wow, this is great. Okay. Audio sounds good. The camera looks good. I might want to zoom in more, but let's just go with it. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a creative and productive day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.